customary style, I've arrived in pitch black in the pouring rain. My weapon of choice today is the very sensible all-weather rear-wheel drive twin-turbo V8 AMG GT. Actually, this car is not long for this world. It's going to be going back to Mercedes very soon. My finance agreement is up very soon, so it's going to be going back very sadly. It's been a good old boy, this thing. It's been a very good old boy. It's actually surprisingly grippy in the wet. My friend Baker has come along in his GT3. We've actually got some really nice bits here at Romans. We're going to go in a second and do the paperwork and whatnot. But we've got this. This has caught my eye. Romans have actually sold this at numerous times. This is the naturally aspirated 3.8 litre Carrera GTS in PTS mint cream. That has just come back into stock, so if you're after that, come get it, because that is sick. I do actually really like that. 991.2 Turbo S cab. Very good value for money now. Right, we've got GT3s here. GT3s. We've got a 911 Targa S. These are actually rare cars as well, the Targas. Really like these. Right, they're closing. It's peeing down. We're going to catch up with this video very shortly because I made an absolute hash of this, and so is the British weather. Right then, you horrible lot, there's obviously been a change in plan. We have just skipped from being outside Romans and me in one car to me being in my 996 several days later. There was a change in plan because it started peeing down. Everyone needed to get home. It all got very late. However, I've got some good news to share with all of you. BOTB are doing a Christmas special. That's right, there's going to be an absolutely mental Christmas special with BOTB. If you don't know about BOTB by now, they've given away over £37 million worth of cars to hundreds of winners. For 1 week only, they've taken all the usual cars out of their main dream car lineup and added 24 very special prizes, which someone is guaranteed to win for Christmas. Choosing from 4 stunning supercars, the Maserati MC20, the Lamborghini Huracan, Aston Martin Superleggera, and the brand new McLaren 675 LT, or 20 amazing cars like a Porsche 911 Turbo S, the new one, with a massive £100,000 of cash in the boot. The Turbo S with £100,000 in cash in the boot costs just £4.70 a ticket. That's a £256,000 prize. There is also a cash alternative to the prize as well, but you've got to be quick. You've got to enter before Sunday the 20th of December to be in with a chance of winning. Tickets start at just £2.50 and range all the way up to £5 for the top prize, and you've got to be 17 or over to enter. This really is the biggest competition personally I've ever seen BOTB do. Make sure you get in the mix and hit the pinned comment link or the link in the description. Both of them work and both will take you through to that. Do stay in touch, and if you win, I'll be extremely generous. On with the video and a quick prep check. You lot have asked me what's on my feet all the time. These are called Nike Air Barrages, these, and they're actually about 80 quid. Anyway, the 996 is here, and I just want to give you a little update on the 996. It's not been out for a little while. It's a little bit messy. It's been currently treated as a storage unit in the back there. It's full of detritus. Some of it from my 488 Pista. I cleaned out the Pista and then just dumped it all in the back of here. We've got some of the detritus from my springs, some Ferrari bits and bobs, but all in all, it's quite a good old boy. I'm really enjoying 996 ownership, and I've got some more plans with this car as well. I'm going to get it restoed a little bit more. Things like the brake calipers are actually doing my head in, so we're going to do these. These are kind of not as red as they should be, so I'm going to get those back up to their former selves. I'm probably going to upgrade the tyres as well. And there are still a couple of little bits and bobs. The Porsche badge on here is squidged into kind of the rubber below it, so I'm going to get that sorted. We're going to get it all spick and span. I'm really enjoying 996 ownership anyway. Very happy with the car. The PCCM Plus unit inside has been absolutely fantastic, and I love this car. So yeah, 996 ownership is going very well for me, and I'm very happy. We've got more 996 talk in a second. However, we are here to talk about this car here. My friend, can I say your name? My friend Bleep has just bought this car from Romans International. You saw the preceding footage of us collecting it from Romans in the peeing rain. There was a nice little convoy going on, but unfortunately it was all a little bit of a rush. We all got very hungry and we all went home. However, this is a very special 991.2 Turbo S in a PTS colour. This is actually 50th anniversary slate grey. Is it slate grey? Graphite. Is it graphite grey? Final answer. Well, if you're wrong, they're going to tell you.
I'll tell you now.
It's PTS 50th anniversary. It doesn't need to be correct on this channel, but I believe that is the same colour as the 50th anniversary 911 was actually offered in. So a really cool colour, and this is the first Turbo S I've ever seen in this colour. Now the 991.2 Turbo S can be denoted mainly with these lights here. They are upgraded, they are changed, and this is actually the same model of car that my brother had in black. It's actually a really nice specification. Obviously you've got ceramics, they come as standard, but you've got this really nice finish of wheel. I don't like these in black. I really enjoy the diamond cut finish that these ones come on. It's a little bit dirty. I'm quite annoyed by that. However, this doesn't have the aero kit on it, which you can tell has extra flicks on here. A little bit more of an aggressive spoiler on there. And I believe something's different maybe around the rear valance. It doesn't have the aero kit, but I don't believe that all Turbo S's really need that. It's kind of more of a daily, this car. So it's a very nice. However, we'll get on to pricing in a second. Let's have a little look inside here. It's good goods in here. It is good goods. I've just had carbon shouted at me. We've got carbon interior here. We've got carbon footplates with illuminated Turbo S in there. Kind of trinkety, but he's gone for it anyway. We don't have logos in the headrest, which I'm going to bully him about. They've cheaped out on that option. Did you know that? What? You haven't got logos in your headrest, lad. Oopsie. New seats, in they go. We've got Alcantara inserts in there, and it's just fully equipped, to be fair. You've got carbon on here as well, white dials, PDK. Can only get this in PDK. Obviously you've got sports chrono in there. You cannot get it without sports chrono as well, I believe. On the Turbo S we haven't got the uprated high. Oh no, we've got Bose in there. I think that might come as standard on these. All in all, it's just an unbelievable car. This list price would have been about 160 odd K. However, my friend, who may not be named in this video, picked this up for 105 grand. £105,000 with about 14,000 miles on the clock. Now, those that know Porsche and know Turbo S's know that the service intervals on these things are very long. They don't really need much maintenance. They don't really go wrong. You can literally just park it in a car park like this with no trickle charger and it will be fine for quite some time. It is the ultimate rocket ship daily. And coming on the outside as well, I forgot to mention, it's got the big glass roof as well. Really appealing value for money these days, the 991.2 Turbo S. They do still range up to about 115, 120k for an absolute minter with no miles on, but they really don't suffer at all from being used, and the mileage on them just doesn't really matter at all. So I think this is a really appealing way to spend money, and it's making my 992 Turbo S actually look like quite poor value. The finance numbers on this will probably be about 1,200 quid a month, and my 992 Turbo S is about 2.5 grand a month, and I don't think this is much slower in the real world, and I don't think this represents a bad way to spend money. This is literally £73,000 cheaper than my Turbo S was list price. So I don't know. If I fancy being sensible down the line at some point, possibly I will look to jump in one of these. However, cool car, huge congrats to him, and we're going to be going on a road trip very soon. So you may remember me going to the south of France very recently with my AMG GT. That was with the same group of lads, actually friends from school many moons ago. So this will be featuring on the channel again down the line, and we are planning possibly a trip to Ibiza in all our cars. I will not be taking the 996. I may even buy a car for the trip, who knows. Anyway, going around the car park then, this is also in the same gentleman's collection. He's just picked this up. This is a 996 Turbo, formerly actually owned by an F1 mechanic, so it doesn't want for anything. It's a very nice car. And I think he was actually wound up by me getting a 996. So he turned up at my house in this the other day. A manual 996 Turbo. I believe he paid a smidge under £40,000 for it. It's got a manual box, which you can't see in there because my camera's terrible. And it's silver and it's just rich. I really like this car. And something that's bothered me about the front of my car versus this one, I actually want to get this valance that comes on the turbo for my Carrera 4S. I know it's not particularly correct, but it's just got a little bit more of a aggressive lip to it when you compare it to the rather meager lip that comes on the front of mine. I do want to kind of get this replaced with the 996 Turbo one. It is the same front bumper, I believe. I believe maybe the wheels on the 996 Turbo are hollow and these ones aren't. That's what I've been told. Don't know if there's any truth in it. They look the same, that's for sure. However, 996 Turbo is looking like a very sensible place to put cash. I really don't see these going down in value. I think they're going to develop even more of a cult following over the next few years. And this was kind of almost, it's almost kind of a unicorn in the 911 range. Porsche made them water-cooled and then also obviously to some people ruined the headlights, but to others made it kind of a cult icon. So I think these are a good place to put money, and 911 turbos, if you know anything about Porsches, they do wonders. Also in the same bloke's collection, you can tell he likes Porsches, in shades of grey, quite literally. He's got this 991.2 GT3. Not only that, It's got houndstooth inserts in there, and it is a PDK gearbox. This particular gentleman has gone through, I think, 3 of these. He's had one with a wing, manual. He's had a touring, obviously manual, black. That was on Romans recently. And he's now settled with a 991.2 GT3 PDK. So he's gone through 3 of these. 3?
Yeah.
You've gone through?
Silver, GT Silver as well.
You've had a GT Silver one as well? I mean, I would show you this bloke. He's an utter idiot. Anyway, was this your car as well? Okay, so this was his car as well, but he's actually sold it to a friend of his who now owns these 2. Also will be appearing on road trips, and that is a standard Carrera, a very, very interesting car, the standard Carrera. You can tune these obviously this gentleman would never do such a thing, but you can tune these really, really highly and get them up to about 500 brake in a standard Carrera. Very good news. Also, in the pot, there's just Porsches parked everywhere, this 991 GTS, really cool, naturally aspirated, rear-wheel drive GTS, very good news. This particular one is Tiptronic, but I think these are very good news as well, very, very good news. And if you can find a GTS 2, so the rear-wheel drive GTS 2 manual, very good news. It's a 3.8 naturally aspirated engine. It sounds unbelievable, and it's a last of a kind of an hour dead breed, pretty much. It's a very spicy daily, and my brother actually used to have a 991.1 GTS with the NA engine and an X-pipe, which sounded unbelievable. He did have the aero kit, but I think, frankly, for the money these are at, again, these are quite safe money. They're quite a sensible buy and very good bang for buck.
That's going to be a video, like for people that like that.
Porsche! Anyway, you horrible lot, that is all I've got time for. Hopefully you enjoyed that little run around and why I think these are good news. And I may potentially add one to the garage at some point if I release some equity out of my 992 Turbo S, which I'm still very much enjoying. But they are still fetching strong money, and it's probably not going to get a huge amount of use over the winter. So my head has been turned by this, let's just say. Make sure you enter with BOTB, their Christmas special. As I say, the prize is absolutely ridiculous. The prize fund runs up to about £250,000 worth of prize there, so please do get involved, because I really, really want someone to win that. I want to see the look on their face. Thank you very much. Have a lovely Christmas, everyone, and I'm sure you'll see me again on another video before Christmas anyway, so I don't know why I'm wishing you a happy Christmas now, but have a good one whenever this video goes out. See you later, guys. Bye.